Hi lovely souls, my name is Samantha James. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Today we have a pick a card for you, and it's going to be yes or no to any question you might have. I'm gonna make this sort of a shorter reading per pile because I don't want to be confusing. I want to be as blunt as possible. It's gonna be a yes or it's gonna be a no. So if you have a question that you want to ask, or if you have more than one question you want to ask, feel free to watch one pile or all 5 piles. Sometimes I watch 2-3 piles in a video. I don't give a fuck. I want to hear it all. Give me all the tea. Okay, so we have pile number 1 with the aquamarine, pile number 2 with the rose quartz, pile number 3 with the pink calcite, pile number 4 with the clear quartz, and pile number 4 with the raw rose quartz. Now, if you're new to pick your cards, what you're gonna do is pause the video and figure out whichever pile or crystal you're drawn to the most. Go down below in the description box, find your timestamp, and I will see you all at your reading. Hi, pile number 1. If you chose the aquamarine, this is for you. Yes or no to any question that you might have. We're also going to clarify even further, or maybe confuse ourselves even further with the pendulum. Okay, let's get into it. Thank you so much to the lovely subscriber who got me this adorable kawaii deck. I'm absolutely obsessed. It's so small though, like if you can tell now how big my hands are in comparison. Okay, so I'm literally going to pull 2 or 3 cards because I don't, again, want to be confusing. So, you guys have a question, and honestly, I would love to know the tea. If you guys feel like sharing, definitely comment down below what your question was. Let's see if it's a yes or a no, or a maybe. Okay, to start we have the 5 of Pentacles. We have Justice in reverse. And we have the 5 of Cups. Either upright or in reverse, but a 5 nonetheless. Okay, so the answer is no to whatever you guys are asking. I'm getting huge relationship vibes, so this is like a question about a relationship, but I'm also getting the vibe that you know, even if it's not about a relationship, it's something that is definitely pressing on your mind. It's definitely something that you care about. And to have that Justice in reverse could represent that you feel like things are a little unfair in regards to whatever situation I'm sort of tapping into. And maybe you haven't necessarily seen your fairness or your karmic justice in return. But it's sort of the energy of just like what the actual fuck is going on, you know? I'm actually flipping through the book right now because I wanted to see how they defined justice in reverse. Yeah, I mean, to me, that's the thing. I definitely got legal vibes. So some of you guys might be asking a question in regards to something to do with the justice system or a court case or something of that nature. So justice in reverse can represent legal trouble, it can represent lying, it can represent unfairness, like I said, something having an imbalance. Like I also said with the Cups energy and the 5 in reverse, it might be due to some sort of emotional thing, circumstance or so, and you know, it's interesting. We have the 5 of Cups here. Oh, I don't know why I thought this was in reverse, but it is in the upright, and it is the 5 of Cups nonetheless. And the 5 of Cups can represent loss and sadness, and it represents like some sort of crash or regret. So I feel like the answer to your question is absolutely no, but although your situation may seem really hopeless, the advice to extract from this is to not obsess over whatever energy I'm picking up on. I'm gonna pull from this beautiful Prism Oracle. We have flow and we have happiness, which I love to see. So although justice is in reverse in regards to the situation or the question that you asked, you know, Spirit is really advising that you go with the flow in the situation. Try not to like obsess over anything. Try to understand that maybe things should have hit the fan. You know, I don't know the situation, which is why I'm like inviting you guys, definitely comment down below and let me know what's going on. But it's not a permanent state of being, whatever is going on here. Like, things will improve. You will be able to focus in on your happiness. We have regeneration, number 46, and to the sea, number 7. All right. So I purposely brought the book with me for this oracle deck because I wanted to read from it and make sure I got all the right messages. So we have number 40, and such a thick deck too. Book, I mean. Okay, so we have number 46. Okay. Regeneration is essential meanings, rebirth, second chances, new opportunities. Second chances are available to you now. Whatever opportunities you thought were dead are now revived in a more authentic, stronger form. Whatever you may have perceived as a failure or loss is now being replaced by something better and more powerful growing in its place. This rebirth is assured. Step into your new life. Destiny is being fulfilled in wondrous ways. Go with the flow, you know, work on your own happiness, because no matter what, it seems like you guys will have some sort of rebirth. Now, in regards to a relationship, the message from this oracle deck is the world is based on connections and relationships. No matter what loss has occurred in the past or even now, death and endings are only illusions. There's a life after death, love after loss, and in this moment, you're radiating the regenerative life force energy that makes you irresistible to love in all forms. Now is the time when you will see evidence of this new emergence. Can you feel it? Love is rising up to greet you. Yeah, I love that, because it's just, you know, there is a huge energy of hope here. And whatever it is that the answer is no to, I feel like falls more on, if this is involving another person, it falls more on them and their own personal situation. We have to the sea, number 7, essential meanings, being in flow. Oh my God, and then we have flow. Returning to source, recognizing how pieces fit together, a natural pattern of events. The oracle's message, isn't it wonderful when you feel yourself in the flow of life, when events and conditions seem to engage you in a way that is fluid and effortless? This card reminds you that going with the flow is exactly what you need to do right now. Ride the wave of opportunity formed by perfect conditions. Allow trust and faith to guide you forward as you flow like a river into the sea of life. I love this. And then as far as a relationship message, because, you know, with the Cups energy, I always want to throw that in there. You know, there might be another reading within this video where I just am not getting relationship vibes, but for some of you, I'm kind of getting that hint that there's like some emotion assigned to this. So there are points in a relationship when you have to decide to go with the flow rather than dictate the course you share with another. Can you let go of the need to have things your way and allow the relationship itself, your combined goals and desires, to steer the ship? Can you both transcend your personal abilities and allow the partnership to form its own identity, its own energy? Now is the time to relax and see where this mutual journey leads. Gorgeous. All right, so let's pull from the pendulum. Hopefully that doesn't confuse us. And I'm gonna allow you guys to ask whatever question you want again. All right, so I'm gonna pull. Oh my God, okay, we have ask a friend. Okay, very discreet spirit. All right, you guys, group number 1, thank you so much for joining me here. I love you, I appreciate you, and I'll see you at your next reading. If you guys are looking for exclusive content, make sure to check out my Patreon. It is popping off. There is a lot of great things on there that is not quite on YouTube, okay? So I'll see you guys in the meantime. Also, look out for scammers, because apparently that's a thing. But comment down below what your question was, and I just want to know. All right, I love you, and I'll see you at your next reading. Hi, group number 2, welcome. If you chose the rose quartz, this is for you. So yes or no to any question that you might ask. I'm literally only gonna pull 3 cards because I don't want to be confusing. Okay, so yes or no to any question. And thank you to the lovely subscriber who got me this deck. I'm in love with it. We have the 7 of Swords, the 8 of Swords in reverse, and the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so the answer is no to whatever you're asking. This is in regards to something that is directly affecting your stability, I feel like, or at least on an energetic field, it's affecting your root chakra and it's making you feel very like unstable. This energy, you know, with the 7 of Swords is all about theft and deception, and it's a card about deceit and betrayal. So maybe you're asking about whether or not someone is lying to you, or if they're leading you on, or I mean, I hope you're not asking a question like that, but definitely comment down below what your question is. And I just feel like this kind of represents a point in time where you feel like, you know, the best path wasn't necessarily taken. We have that 8 of Swords, which is about isolation, feeling trapped, pain. You know, Swords energy is always mental. It rules over Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. It's very in your head, centered in your mind. And the 8 of Swords can appear in a reading when you feel like you're in a restricted or a difficult situation. And this could be in regards to your finances. We have that 10 of Pentacles right after, which has to do with stability, but that 10 of Pentacles is being found in reverse. So it can represent, you know, a feeling of hopelessness or lack, or feeling like you're not necessarily succeeding. It can represent loss, it can represent loneliness, and in some cases it can even represent an unsupportive family. It's specifically about the loss of support of resources. So maybe a job was lost, or you know, maybe the question is, you know, was this a good thing that it was lost? I feel like if you let go of something that was alienating this energy, that's a good thing. So although the answer is no, it's a really positive thing to have. Oh my God, group number 1 got this oracle, regeneration. It's a positive thing to move on away from this energy in whatever regards that you're seeing it. But yes, group number 1 got this oracle card. You might have been attracted to group number 1 as well. And then we have higher power, number 4, regeneration, number 46. I want to pull from the Prism oracle. We have reflection. So yeah, you know, I feel like you guys are doing a lot of reflecting, a lot of inner work, but try not to stay too trapped in your mind. Try not to be in an energy where you're like beating yourself up to the point where you're losing sort of your faith. Okay, you guys, they wanted to give you 3. There's definitely some sort of ending or some sort of loss with regeneration and death here, but then we have faith coming through, and faith is coming through pretty high. Well, faith is coming through, and then we have higher power. So it's basically Spirit's way of saying, you know, not all hope is lost. We are just making room in your life for more beautiful blessings to come through. I specifically brought the book here with me of this deck, this oracle deck. I already read group number 1's 46, so I know what this is about. Obviously, this is about rebirth. This is about rising from the ashes, and it's about the things that will be planted and be made new. But I don't really know much about card number 4, so let's read from it. We have higher power. So the essential meaning is conscious contact with a higher power, the presence of the divine, seeing source energy in all things, committing to a partnership with spirit. So whatever it is that you guys lost, or whatever it is that you are stuck reflecting on, this is actually kind of a necessary evil, because it is supposed to bring you closer to spirit and your faith. This oracle's message card reminds you that you are more than a person trying to get ahead and make things happen for yourself and others. You have an immortal soul and are gifted with a human life through which a higher power can express itself. At this time, you need to be conscious of your connection to spirit and foster it through prayer and meditation. Ask, What is the highest good for all? How can I serve? Then go out on your own way and trust that there is a plan for your life, more wondrous than you can ever know. You're always protected and divinely directed. Ooh, okay. I'm loving this energy. Like, obviously, we're starting off with something that's like a little a little sad. And there's this need for reflection, but you are not alone. And I love that Spirit came in quick to remind you of that. It's like, we didn't just like get all these cards, like Spirit came in hot and was like, listen, group number 2, like, you are not alone. You're not forgotten. Whatever happened was not to like, you know, fuck you over. Like, we're trying to make room for some blessings that you deserve. Claim it, receive it, you know, all of that. So comment down below, group number 2, what your situation is, what question you asked. I'd love to know. We're going to pull from the pendulum and also sort of see what it says. Hopefully it doesn't conflict and like confuse us more. Okay. But death is never about like death. You know, it can represent endings, but it's about transformation. So be patient with yourself. You are transforming. That's actually my caption on my newest Instagram photo. Okay, I'm talking too much. The Spirit's like, shut up. All right, so ask that question. Again, whatever question is you guys want to ask. All right, we're gonna take our time doing this. Maybe. All right, so the answer is no and maybe to whatever you guys asked. All right, group number 2, I love you, I appreciate you, and I will see you guys all in your next reading. Make sure to check out my Patreon for exclusive content. And there's a lot of discounts, so if you guys were interested in a personal reading on my live stream, if you're a patron member, you will get a discount on that live stream. But in the meantime, stay safe and stay healthy. I'll see you all in the next video. Hi, group number 3, welcome. If you chose the pink calcite, this is for you. So we're going to be asking yes or no to any question that you may have. We're literally only going to pull 3 cards, but it is going to be a yes or no to any question. Thank you to the lovely subscriber who got me this kawaii deck. I absolutely love it. Okay. We have the Ace of Cups to start. We have Temperance. And we have the Knight of Wands. Okay, so I feel like the answer to whatever question you guys are asking is a yes. And it could be in regards to a love connection. If this was the Ace of Pentacles with the Knight of Wands, I would assume that it was something to do with your work or your job. It still can be. It could be like something that you love to do, but I feel like in this case, it more so represents a love connection with someone. Okay, we have energy. And we have comfort. All right, so maybe the energy is gaining momentum within your love life. Maybe you are involved with someone who could have Leo, a Sagittarius, Aries in their charts. We have time for a nap. And the Fates. Okay. So I literally have the book with me because I wanted to read from the book as far as these oracle went. So we're gonna start with time for a nap, number 24. Okay, essential meanings: rest, rejuvenate, and renewal. Temporary non-action, allowing dreams to arise. This is a time to step away and rest. Let the cares of your world go. Go into a state of non-action and allow yourself to be free of the shackles of your goals, your list, your desires. Nothing is as important as rest. detachment, and neutrality. The overly busy mind can block you from inner wisdom. If you don't step back, take a rest, be willing to let your dreams surface and ideas flow through you, absent any force or conscious direction as you observe without engagement now. All right, and then the relationship message is, when it comes to matters of the heart, don't make any plans right now. If you're not partnered, it's good to take this time out to get to know yourself. If you're involved with someone, relax and just be with your partner. This is going to be an uneventful moment in time, okay? Don't force anything now. Allow things to flow naturally, and a beautiful renewal will take place all by itself. Patience is the key to your heart's desire right now. Withdraw from action in your relationship and give it a rest so that your love and connection can become rejuvenated. So find comfort in, understanding that if you're trying to manifest someone, or if you're in a separation with them, that you guys will be together. The energy will gain momentum. If it's meant to be, it will come. It seems like whatever you guys ask, the answer is yes. So definitely let me know down below what your question was. We have number 17. The fates, karma, acceptance, that there are things you cannot change, and knowing what those things are. The serenity prayer sums up the meaning of this card. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. There are things in life you will never have control over. The conditions brought on by the evolution of the collective, by nature, and by your past experiences may be fated, preordained by spirit for a greater purpose you cannot understand in this lifetime. It may not be in your cards to understand why certain events occurred, but you can accept the mystery and work with those events and your current circumstances have to teach you. This is the wisdom contained in the serenity prayer. Relationship message. Other people are who they are. You cannot change them. The challenge is to accept them as they are and not try to make them otherwise to suit you. This is a time to look at how you attempt to mold people to fit your view of how they should be, so you can remain in the relationship and avoid discomfort. Interesting how we have comfort and we're talking about discomfort, and we have energy and we're talking about stagnation. So what if who they are and whatever is happening between you and them in this situation is perfect from the perspective of spirit? Now is the time to accept what you cannot change, even if it means you honor yourself, spirit, and the other person by moving on. Love unconditionally for each of us is on our own journey, and we cannot direct that of another. Be aware that this relationship is indeed fated, and you are meant to evolve into a better version of yourself as a result of it. Well, that's beautiful. All right, so I'm going to pull from the pendulum for you guys, and you can ask whatever question you want to ask. We have temperance there, which is about balance and moderation and looking at things in a different way, being able to trust that life is made up of the right elements. Temperance simply tempers that, and I think it's a really positive card to get in any sort of reading. All right, so the answer is ask a friend. Okay, the pendulum has not been coming through on this reading, but it is what it is. All right, group number 3, I love you, I appreciate you. Make sure to check out my Patreon for exclusive content. In the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you all at your next reading. Hi, panel number 4, welcome. If you chose the clear quartz, this is for you. So we're literally gonna ask yes or no to any question, and we're just gonna figure it out. So let's see, yes or no. So you have the Magician and the 6 of Cups, and you have the 2 of Wands, or the 2 of Candy Canes in this case. This is such a cute deck. Thank you to the lovely subscriber who gifted me this deck. Okay, so with the Magician, I feel like that's an absolute yes. With the 6 of Cups, that's a yes. With the 2 of Wands, I feel like the answer is yes to whatever question you guys are asking. So it's a yes. Okay, I'm gonna pull some Oracle. We have death. And we have growth. All right, so some sort of change, some sort of transformation, some sort of rebirth is happening for you guys. We have the Magician, so you're definitely manifesting something into your life. It's all about this spark of power. It's all about utilizing your inner tools, your inner strength. It's about manifesting a new vision. This card, the Magician, is the archetype of active achievement, going after what you want with great focus. The Six of Cups tells me that not only do you have great focus, but you have great love and great passion for whatever it is that you are going after. And it is sort of also representative of something nostalgic. So I don't know if something about your question also has to do with the past. But the Six of Cups can just represent restoration of balance and harmony. We have that Two of Wands or Two of Candy Canes in this deck, which represents prosperity and opportunity. And so I feel like for you guys, maybe what's happening right now is some sort of rebirth within a career or some sort of choice that needs to be made as far as like a career path. But it's a really great omen, I think, to get these cards in general. We have death, and after death is growth and rebirth. So let's see what your oracle is, or your other oracle. We have To Be Fair, number 38, and Time for a Nap. The last pile got this oracle. Okay, so Time for a Nap is all about rest and rejuvenation. It's about allowing yourself to take a break after all of sort of your hard work, all of the effort that you've put in, especially if you are undergoing a major transformation. Try not to be so tough on yourself. Trying to be a little kinder to yourself. Your healing process is not always going to be linear. Your growth process is not always going to be linear. Allowing yourself to have that little nap. And then we have To Be Fair, which I'm going to read from the Oracle book, and that is number 38. Okay, To Be Fair is about balance and justice, a need to consider options, mutual benefit, the law of cause and effect. So the law of attraction immediately reminds me of the Magician. We have that infinity symbol still present in this card with the Magician. To me, I feel like not only are you guys attracting new opportunities into your life, but you need to trust that you are able to attract them, you're able to receive them. This is definitely a theme and a message that I've been reading for some of you throughout, not just this video, but like a lot of videos as of lately. And that's just like, trust yourself, trust your instincts, understand that like if you take a break, that you won't necessarily lose out on anything. You guys are manifesting actively. So the Oracle's message is about how life offers experiences that are challenging and experiences that are nourishing, yet over time they strike a balance. You move from being from stasis to doing, from discovering to loving, to letting go, to being again. Life is a pendulum swinging between all of these states. You will always oscillate back and forth between doing and being. If you are not content with where you are at this moment, remember that all experiences have their place. Accept them without judgment, and you will see how the universe adjusts in perfect balance. You reap what you sow. For every cause, there's an effect. Wondrous things will be revealed now. I love that. So this is just a really sort of good omen about how you have a lot manifesting, a lot of blessings coming through. There's a prosperity message for this oracle, and I really want to read it for you guys because of the Two of Wands here and the Magician. So now is a time for even exchanges. Justice will prevail, and you will be treated accordingly. In all your affairs, you will be able to negotiate fair settlements. Mutual gain is the gift to you and your partners and colleagues. This is also a good time to square your finances and take stock of how you've been compensated for your work. This card signifies balance, justice, and negotiation, so remember that all things must be fairly recompensed. Keep this as your truth, and so it will be. I love that. I'm also kind of looking at number 24's message. I know I've kind of already highlighted it for you, but I don't know the prosperity message. So the prosperity message is, this is a great time to take a break from your busy schedule. And see, look at another thing about just taking a break, and allow yourself the opportunity to step back. Your plans are meant to be put on ice. Your goals can wait. Dream, imagine, and let go of attachments to any outcome. Meditate and take a holiday if you can. Things will speed up soon enough. After a break, you may want to make some changes. Epiphanies have an amazing way of arising when you take your focus off your to-do list and allow yourself to rest. Oh, I love that. Group number 4, that was so beautiful. I am going to pull from your pendulum. Hopefully that doesn't confuse us more, but ask whatever question you want to ask. Oh my god, this pendulum has not been showing up for us throughout this whole reading. We have ask a friend, so maybe a friend has some sort of answer for you or some sort of advice. But group number 4, it was lovely. Definitely comment down below what your question is. I'm super curious. I'm asking all the piles, like I want to know all the tea. So comment down below if that resonated for you or what your question was, or if it didn't resonate or whatever it is. In the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy. Make sure to join my soul family on Patreon if you're looking for exclusive content. I know everyone says that, but we really do have a lot of cool videos up there on Patreon. Make sure to give that a look, or at least browse through whatever tier you're interested in. In the meantime, stay safe, and I'll see you all at your next reading. Hi, group number 5. Welcome. If you chose the raw rose quartz, this is for you. All right, so yes or no to any question. To start, we have the King of Cups, who is grinning ear to ear. Wow. We have the High Priestess. One more card for group number 5. And we have the Empress. Wow. Okay, beautiful. So, the High Priestess is always a maybe, and the Empress is always a yes, and the King of Cups is always a yes as well. So we have 2 yeses and a big fat maybe down the middle with the High Priestess. And maybe the maybe is there because it's about trusting your gut and what your intuition is already telling you, and this is just an extra confirmation of something that you already know. So let's pull some oracle. We have sadness. And we have comfort. All right. We have the Fates. And we have no place like home. Interesting. All right, so I don't know what your question is. Definitely comment down below and let me know what your question is, because I'm just very curious to everyone's question. But I'm assuming that with the King of Cups here, there is some sort of relationship question involved. I don't, it doesn't have to be. But if there is, we have a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, or someone has that in their chart, it just represents emotional control. It can also represent fatherhood. It could be like, the father of your children or that kind of thing. But mainly I'm just going to highlight the King of Cups as some sort of need for emotional control. The King of Cups can signify an adult man in your life or your energy, and he is usually a master, quote unquote, of his own emotions. He is someone who is very diplomatic and has this deep knowledge, and I feel like, you and as a High Priestess, or you guys as a duality, is something that is very fated. You guys are definitely meant to be together. But I feel like one thing you need to understand is that the King of Cups is very hard to control. And we have the Fate card here, which I'm going to read from the book about it. And I feel like maybe there was some sort of disagreement, or I don't know. I don't know if I want to try and fish and guess for whatever it was your question was, but there's definitely something that needs to be illuminated or highlighted even here that maybe you guys are unsure of with the High Priestess card. And it's about like mystery and intuition, but it's also about like unconsciousness or your subconscious mind and sort of the things that are lurking behind there. Maybe you guys have been having very like vivid, weird dreams, or maybe you've been trying to meditate and reflect on possible choices you have to make, and you just have not been very sure about, you know, what to trust, if you can trust yourself. So it's very interesting. This can, when the High Priestess appears, and especially like when we're doing a 3-card reading and it's down the middle, it can represent how there is this challenge to go deeper. And with the King of Cups being about like deep feelings and going deep, and then we have the Sadness card, maybe if this is a relationship question in some sort of way, someone is not necessarily expressing their true feelings to you, if they're not really telling you what's on their mind, or they're not giving you what you need in order to truly validate something that you want to know about. And what's interesting about it is the High Priestess is number 2, the Major Arcana, and then the Empress is number 3. And the Empress is about nurture and nature, it's about creation. The Empress always here encourages us to channel our loving side, and practice unconditional love, and practice acceptance, and practice nurturance, and just accept that all will be. And then we have the Fates here, which I'll read for, but it's about accepting your current situation for what it is and not trying to change too much. The High Priestess is always a close advisor of the Empress, but the Empress, however, tends to use more of her 5 senses than of her intuition. She is more to the ground, you know, in the 3-dimensional, whereas the High Priestess is more 5-dimensional. But this signifies that there is this sort of abundance here, and to me, I feel like with the order of the cards, what's being represented is that whatever is going on in your love life, or in your life in general, let's say you're being represented by all 3, and this has nothing to do with the relationship, things will come and go, and any sadness you feel, any discomfort you feel is not a permanent state of being. You know, you will evolve and you will be better, and there is no place like home, which is leaning on yourself in times of distress or sadness, and understanding that you have to be in love with yourself, you have to be at peace with yourself in order to truly survive, because you're going to be stuck with yourself no matter what happens, no matter what's going on in your life. It's best that you find comfort in who you are, and even if it's like the Empress here is about practicing self-love, and the High Priestess is about practicing trust with yourself and your intuition, and the King of Cups is about demonstrating and confronting some deep emotions and doing that shadow work. So we have the Fates here, number 17. I want to read that. Okay. Fate, karma, acceptance, and there are things you cannot change, and knowing what those things are. The Serenity Prayer sums up the meaning of this card. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. There are things in life you will never have control over. The conditions brought on by the evolution of the collective, by nature, and by your own experiences may be fated, preordained by spirit for a greater purpose you cannot understand in this lifetime. It may not be in your cards to understand why certain events occurred, but you can accept the mystery and work with those events in your current circumstances and what they have to teach you. This is the wisdom contained in the Serenity Prayer. As far as relationships go, what this represents is other people are who they are. You cannot change them. The challenge is to accept them as they are and not try to make them otherwise to suit you. This is a time to look at how you attempt to mold people to fit your view of how they should be, so you can remain in the relationship and avoid discomfort. What if who they are and whatever is happening between you and them in this situation is perfect from the perspective of spirit? Now is the time to accept what you cannot change, even if it means that you honor yourself, spirit, and the other person by moving on. Love unconditionally for each of us is on our own journey, and we cannot direct that of another. Be aware this relationship is indeed fated, and that you are meant to evolve into a better version of yourself as a result of it. So that message of loving unconditionally comes also from the Empress's teachings. So There is that energy as well. So we have number 50, no place like home. Number 50. Authenticity, coming home to yourself, feeling at home, arriving at a place where you just fit, being comfortable in your own skin. Home feels safe and secure. It's a comfortable place to rest and create, a place that is known and you can call yours. This card signals that your ability to trust yourself, here we are with High Priestess, and feel at home in your own skin is beginning to solidify as you claim your dignity and integrity. Aspects of yourself no one can take away from you. You know who you are and you hold your head high, yet with neither pride nor humility. Instead, yet you stand as the observer, seeing through the eyes of your soul. This puts you in a position of power and strength. Authenticity is your home. You are safe here in the house of your spirit and spirit. And then for your relationship message, it's lovers, friends, and companion animals are at home in your life right now. You are in sync and in full of love, and you can be secure in the knowledge that it is reciprocated. Relationships elicit a sense of emotional safety, comfort. There we have that comfort card. Lots of synchronicities in your reading, group number 5. Emotional safety, comfort, and the best aspects of familiarity now. Be home in this relationship. Together, you add to the love of the world. Oh, I love that. And meanwhile, my baby and my dog are sitting. Yes, Jackson, you're so cute. All right, group number 5. So let me pull from the pendulum for you guys. I don't want to this pendulum has not been showing up for us, but we'll see. So ask whatever question you want to ask and we'll pull and see what it says, and hopefully it doesn't get tangled and blah, 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 blah. Okay, so it's just fucking up. Jack, you're my cutie babes. You're really cute. You are. He's sitting like a really cute, good boy. Yeah, I'm talking about you. I'm talking about you. Yes. Yes, my baby. Yes. Look how cute he is, you guys. Okay, so the answer is yes. Whatever you guys ask, the answer is a definite yes. All right, group number 5, that was lovely. Thank you so much for joining me here. I love you. I appreciate you. I really hope that resonated. If you want to check out some exclusive content that is now on my Patreon, go check that out. That is linked down below. In the meantime, however, stay safe, stay healthy, stay sane. I love you. Don't be so hard on yourself, group number 5. And I will see you all in your next reading.